Oh, hey. Recently, I've been doing a lot of clearing in my room, and one example is behind. As you can tell, the background is sort of changed a bit. The board is there now, and it's no longer behind the bookshelf there. So recently, with all the clearing of this room, reorganizing, I've actually found a collection of books that I used to have. That's right. My childhood book collection is what we're gonna look at here today. I've been sort of not wanting to make this video because possibly being bullied, but no, I'm just kidding. But I never really shared my thing is I never really share my collection of stuff that much. So I think we're gonna start with this one. All right, I'm actually slowly over the few next few months, maybe you'll see me show my collection of something. But I figured today we're gonna start off with showing my book collection from my childhood. And in fact, some of these books you probably also read it before during your childhood, especially if you're about the same age as I am. You probably have read these books before. Uh, Such as Geronimo Stilton, such as Mr. Midnight or Mr. Mystery. And that's exactly some of the books that we have here in this collection today. So, yeah, my childhood book collection. So as I was looking through my book collections, yeah, one of them, obviously, as I just mentioned, is Geronimo Stilton. This is, I think a lot of primary school kids. I don't know if it's still going on now, whether it's still a trend, but at least back in my time, a lot of kids used to be so fascinated with Geronimo Stilton. Even I got into it. Okay, I read some Geronimo Stilton. This Geronimo Stilton is literally a mouse or a rat character. I don't know. I mean, he's a mouse. He's not a rat. Okay, if he's a rat, all the children would be scared away at this point. uh, no one's gonna buy these books, if he's a goddamn rat. So it's a mouse. Yes, it's a mouse. Okay. Yeah, so I read this during my primary school days. Like if you have like we used to have this we used to have all these morning assemblies. I think you still do have we still have morning assemblies in primary school, in secondary school, reading this for morning assembly until the I think during not during but after the flag raising ceremony they asked us to sit down, read your book, and this is one of the books I have, Geronimo Stilton. Yeah. Another Geronimo Stilton book that I have, which in fact is the sister of Geronimo Stilton. I also read the sister book as well, which is Thea Stilton. There's also something that I read as well, together with the Geronimo Stilton books. This one, to be frank with you, this is a bit girly, I must admit. I mean, I think this is more for girls. I don't know why I read it, okay? I don't remember why. But I mean, this one, Geronimo Stilton, is more for like anybody to read. Any children to read, okay? In fact, this series of books is very interesting because I actually read this way beyond I think, if I'm not wrong, I think beyond my primary six days. I think into sec one, into going into secondary school, I still read Geronimo Stilton. I think I did, but I don't think during secondary two. I don't think sec two. I read these. I already changed to other books, but this is definitely one of the more memorable books. This one similarly, Thea Stilton. I've also been reading during my primary school days. D.H. Stilton and the Mystery in Paris. I do have, by the way, these books I've actually just picked out randomly. I have like a few more Geronimo Stilton and D.H. Stilton books in the collection. Yes, I'm pointing to the closet down, not closet, the cupboard that's near my window. That's where I saw all my Geronimo Stilton, I mean, all my childhood books as well. I've actually thrown away half. I feel like I don't need to own so many Geronimo Stilton or Mr. whatever books, okay? But yes, we're gonna get into the Mr. Midnight. That's right. This is also this is one of the childhood books that I. In fact, this is not even to be very frank. I never really read Mr. Midnight and Mr. Mystery. To be very frank, these books are more for these books actually. My sister read them more, but I think I read them as well, but I think it's probably less than my sister did. My sister definitely read a lot of these Mr. Mystery and Mr. Midnight books. Okay, as well. These are more like horror type of books, if I'm not wrong. Who murdered? Yeah, there's a lot of like murder mystery and very horror story. I don't know. Read during Halloween, I suppose. Maybe there's a bit more spooky factor with it. So yeah, Mr. Mystery and Mr. Midnight. I think again, this one probably caters to more of the upper primary kids. I wouldn't say it's for the lower primary. Like if you're primary one or primary two, I don't think you'll really understand this. I think it's more for upper primary. So this series of books, as well as the Geronimo Stilton series, are primary school standard. I think the Geronimo Stilton ones, these ones, if you read during your primary school days. During your primary one, primary two days, I think it's not too bad. You're not too frowned upon. I think then if you read these um, during your primary one, primary two days, people are like, "What? I don't understand." But I think in a sense, you're cool, I guess. Yeah, yeah, honestly, you read this one, you're more cool. You are more cool than reading the Geronimo Stilton series. Another one is the Secret Seven. This one, I think I've also read some of these as well. I do remember. The words are a little big, I suppose. They are quite the the text is really I don't know. I mean, this is like I don't know. This is like A5 size, I would say. This is like your typical exercise book. You write your whatever spelling. Okay, I don't know what it is, but at least in Singapore, you write your 笔记 or your 习字. Is this type of exercise book size? Probably like palm size or something. I don't know. But yeah, I also used to read Secret Seven as well. Also another interesting series that I read. But I think with this one and Mr. Midnight and Mr. Mystery, I didn't really read as much, but I do. I think I have read them before. But I saved the two best for last. Okay. I think this one, a lot will recognize this one. This is Charlotte's Web. That's right, Charlotte's Web. Honestly, this is a really good story. This is a very good story by E.B. White. I really enjoy this story. I'm not gonna give a book review right now. I'm not gonna give off a book review right now and talk about this story, but and I don't want to spoil so much. But I think you probably read this book already, Charlotte's Web. It is a good primary school type of book. Okay, I'm not joking. I read this during primary school. It's very good. More for upper primary also, but I think if you're a 9-year-old, maybe you can also read it as well. But yeah, it's a story of actually I can't really remember that much. It's a story of a pig. The pig is called Wilbur. Make making friends with Charlotte. Making friends with the spider Charlotte. That's right. So they made friend. They became friends, and I think it doesn't really convince anybody that's a good story, but it is a good story. I promise. Okay, at least a decent story. At least a decent. Okay, not too good, but at least it's decent. Okay, it is a rather decent story, and I enjoyed it. It's a really nice story. Now, the last one, it's not really a novel. It's more of a comic series. It's the Dan TDM Dr. Trioris and the Enchanted Crystal. Crystal? Crystal, sorry. Dr. Trioris and the Enchanted Crystal by Dan TDM. That's right. I actually bought this in the United States when I went on holiday in San Francisco. I think I bought this just days. I think the day before I flew back to Singapore, I was like, I think I told my dad, I was like, "Hey, Dad, can I buy this? I want to buy this." There were a few things that I bought in the United States. I bought a Roblox card from CVS Pharmacy, or CVS rather, and then I bought this from I think from the Barnes bookstore. Is it called Barnes Bookstore in the United States? Yeah, I bought this in the United States. At the time, I was actually a big fan of Dan TDM's YouTube stuff, and been really enjoying his content. Look, this is his face right here. Yeah, I really enjoyed this one as well. This one was this this one was a really good story about a quest basically with him and Dr. Triers trying to find a diamond, if I'm not wrong. It's about a diamond. Oh no, five enchanted crystals spread across the land. Why is it called spread about the land? Isn't it spread across the land? I don't know. Never mind. I don't want to purposely be an English expert here. Join YouTuber Dan TDM and his favorite characters in this exhilarating fight for humanity. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much just a comic strip, comic book, with just them going on an adventure, trying to find crystals and also trying to stop their mortal enemy. I think I can't remember the whole story. I just flipped through. I still don't understand. I still don't remember what the story is about. I'll probably read it again. I don't know. One day probably. I don't know. I'll see if I have time to read that again. But anyway, that's pretty much it. Thank you for that was my childhood book collection. Did you stumble upon some familiar series that you may have read in your childhood? Hmm? That's right. I think for sure Geronimo Stilton and Charlotte's Web, in my opinion, has to be the two book series that a lot of primary school kids used to read. Okay, well at least for Geronimo Stilton. I'm not sure about. I think Charlotte's Web is probably like later, but Geronimo Stilton definitely. This one I can say for sure. Okay, that a lot of primary school kids during my time uh, used to read Geronimo Stilton. It's a pretty good. It's not that great, but uh, it's it sort of brought us in. I would say it just brought in it just attracted primary school kids. That's pretty much it, and it also attracted me in to also read Geronimo Stilton as well. But anyway, thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you liked the books that I read. I think that was what I was trying to say, but I just okay. Nonetheless, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you leave like and subscribe, I suppose. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you in another video.